What's going on, folks? Elijah here, up here at the Culver City Scenic Overlook, one of my favorite open recreation areas here in West Los Angeles. Los Angeles has turned back to some of its normalcy. This park's been renovated even more while it was closed here for a while, which was a good thing. They've done a lot of good repairs on stuff and whatnot. A lot of stuff, even roads have been repaired while the COVID-19 measures have been implemented. So the smoke from the wildfires has finally, well, at least it's not all blowing into Los Angeles. The air quality is still not good, but today it's as good as it usually is, which is never that good, but not as bad as it was, where it was just basically ashen skies for a few weeks here, which is not, most Angelinos just aren't used to that these days. So, came up here to take a few pictures and try out these IR. I'm using these infrared filter lenses, so that's why all the green looks purple in this lens, but it seems to have a sharper picture. My other lens was all scratched up, so unfortunately I don't know much about imaging and photography, so I'm just gonna experiment, as I usually do. And sometimes the best teacher is, the universe is the best teacher, and just trying stuff out and seeing how it goes, seeing what results you get. So far I've liked this lens the best for actually while I'm riding on the bike and everything. Seems to have a good view, but it's not fully fisheye, so I kind of like it a little more, kind of a normal view, without the fisheye can be kind of a bit exaggerated a little more. But other than that, it's actually a pretty beautiful day here, Saturday evening here in sunny Los Angeles. Like I said, things are finally getting a little bit back to normalcy. I think I'm gonna go get me a Baskin Robbins ice cream. Didn't go last weekend, so been kind of craving that. And this week was pretty good. Got my flu shots and my vaccine. Got like 4 vaccines, but the tetanus one, man, I had to call in Thursday because I couldn't even move my arm. It was in so much pain, couldn't even sleep. And that was from the tetanus shot, not the flu shot. You guys are scared of vaccines, but whatever. So let's get underway. Make it to the bottom. They have a shuttle that comes up here too, the county. So if you want to pay for parking up here, then it is an option that you can have. You can also park at the bottom and hike your way up, which is what most people do. But not everybody has the capability of hiking up, like people with motorcycles. Yeah. Sink it. So I actually just changed the oil on this thing. It was a little low, kind of black, so might as well just go ahead and change it. Had a quart. I usually buy a couple quarts at a time, so I can kind of just change it as needed. But yeah, it was a pretty good week this week. Please be safe if you're up here riding around, because a lot of pedestrians on the road. Of course, pedestrians, not a lot of heavy traffic here, so look for vehicles. But yeah, great views up here. see pretty much, if you go to the other side of this hill, you can actually see the whole, pretty much the whole LA basin, which is the main part of the Los Angeles city, and kind of gaze upon its vastness. So, and they got picnic areas and stuff. Not that you should be having picnics with people outside the house yet because of the COVID. But if you're gonna, I guess, gather outside, right? Yeah, it's a pretty good week. Like I said, got the vaccine, so it should be good for the flu and everything. You need to work and they need to get that COVID vaccine out. I know that. Let's see. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, as many of you know, the justice in the Supreme Court. She passed away, but I know a lot of people are acting all surprised and stuff, but I kind of expected that would happen when we weren't hearing from her for quite some time. So she's had ongoing health problems and stuff like that. Me personally, I know Democrats are upset, but that's why you don't stay in office until you die. You can always step down from the Supreme Court. You do not have to die as a member. I know for whatever reason, maybe some people feel like they have to, but you don't. You can always step down while you're perfectly healthy and write a book or something. Pretty sure you got a long legal career like that, writing a book should be easy. Probably even get somebody to do it for her. She was such a kind of superstar justice. Live off that money, but people don't want to give up their power. I think it's one of those things, but the universe sooner or later is going to take your power from you, and whatever you do, whether it's riding a motorcycle, your job, your you're running your family. Power is always a fleeting thing. I believe they call it entropy. The universe is guided by entropy, which is, it gets, everything gets colder and colder as the universe sucks the heat energy out of everything. Alright, what's this guy doing? Right, nobody gonna wait for you all day to make a right-hand turn. I do not get people sometimes, Ages, man. He just zoned out right there. Does he not understand that there's no sign that says don't make a right on red right there? Make a right on red, dog. People get mad at motorcycles. Yeah, but anyway, don't stay in power too long, guys. You want to have some time to relax. Maybe tell some stories to your grandkids about how you used to be a Chief Justice. You ain't got to stay in office till you die. I always joke, call it the Immortal Council, because obviously, back when the Founding Fathers, created Supreme Court, people didn't live as long as they do now. I mean, if they did, it was a fluke. Well. But now people living forever. Oh my God. 87 years old, 90 years old. You can hold some stuff up, man. And so, it's like have some honor and step down. In America, it just seems people just are so unwilling to step down or quit their position to let somebody else, let some new blood take in. Somehow that's dishonorable or whatever. I don't get it. Or if you're having health problems, you step away. Let somebody else in the game, dog. Quit being so selfish. I was just looking at the Prime Minister of Japan. He was having some health problems, and I guess he had health problems before, and he stepped down back then too. And it's just well, that's quite honorable. I'm having these health problems, keeping me from completing my duties properly. You know what? We'll have to let some fresh blood in. Give somebody else a chance to, try their hand at the ropes. Leadership. it just seems like in America, people you got to be willing to step back and step down. I mean, don't be afraid to quit something. People just be afraid to quit, man. Because you letting, somebody else, you letting somebody else decide for you your choices in life, And I know a lot of people just like, oh, you gotta be rich to make your own decisions, and like, no, you don't. You just need to make good decisions, or at least you don't have to make all good decisions. I certainly haven't. But if you make reasonable decisions, as I call them, be a pragmatist. That's what I try to call myself, a pragmatist. A lot of people don't like that word, because when you're a pragmatist, you do generally what's best for the given situation that you're in. If you're around a bunch of grimy mofos, like, was it like 6ix9ine? A lot of people in the hood, they mad at him because he snitched, but, well, I'm pretty sure it was obvious from the jump, at least to me, that they was going to get indicted, and they're going to get snitched on because feds don't play. And he was messing with a bunch of grimy dudes, and he did them grimy. And, what can you really say, Because they're a bunch of good guys or something? No. The only people mad are, people who are also grimy as hell, who somehow expect that they're going around doing people grimy to not how somehow in the end did grimy themselves. He Nino Brown them guys. And hey, you want to be a villain? Yeah, there you go. He's a freaking villain now, and it's kind of it's their own self-fulfilling prophecy. They won't be bad guys, but don't want to have to be in prison like bad guys. You doing the type of stuff they was doing, dog. You gonna get a case, and people in your crew are gonna snitch. It looks like everybody in their crew snitched. I mean, this is not the '80s. This ain't the '80s, guys. It's time to get real about the streets. Like, these guys, it would be different if, these dudes was like Ace Boone Coons, as they say, but they weren't. They was extorting them, and he was probably extorting them, and they was both waiting, everybody was waiting for their chance to screw over the other one. At the end of the day, and that's when they got the chance, that's exactly what they did. Boo-hoo. Nobody, I don't care, personally. It has no effect on my life. That 6ix9ine snitched on a bunch of guys that he hated, and I'm sure I hated his ass too. I wouldn't hang out with him. He got rainbow hair, and not that you can't have rainbow hair, but it's just, I just don't really hang out with people with rainbow hair that much, dog. This is not my thing, dog. I got gray hair, I hang out with people that got gray hair like me. Instead. So I just don't get it, man. People are out there crazy as hell. I think when you get older, you kind of understand things a little differently, and you look at things a lot differently than you when you're like 16 and 17 and whatnot. Like when you're young, they got the bros before hoes saying, but once you get older, you're like, man, screw that. Like, I don't really like them dudes anyway. Like, hang with these females instead. You going to the house. You want to lay up with your wife or something. I ain't trying to be messing around with no hoes or no bros. You might holler at your partner or something, get a drink, but other than that, you going to the house. Whatever, like I said, today's a good day. Like, they redid this Venice Street finally. This was nice, man. This was like one of the worst roads on the west side. They got some bad streets. This was definitely one of the worst ever. Why this dude got over in front of me like that? Can't see around you, guys. Zigzag lane splitting, cagers, man. It's always in the way. don't get caught up in some bull crap, guys. And gals, don't be trusting these people. Wherever you are, I don't be trusting. Don't trust these people that are. You hooked up with a bunch of people that's grimy. Don't be mad when they do you grimy. You can't be mad because they're grimy people, and you can't go around doing people dirty and expect not to have anything bad happen to you. Like somehow you being grimy is going to prevent something bad happening. It don't. The universe don't work like that, man. It just don't. Nobody cares about some grimy mother trucker, getting caught up. However it happens. Chances are everybody's gonna be like, good riddance. Glad that sucker's gone. And that's just how it is, man. Like I was arguing with somebody on Facebook, they try to post on my channel, my mama, it's a racist. Don't post crap on my channel, dude. It's gonna erase it. A lot of people get mad at me because, I'm a Democrat. But I'm not like a lot of Democrats who just do it for no reason. They don't know why they're a Democrat. They just going through the motions. Maybe they think it's cool. They don't understand what the agenda is. They don't understand the goals of the Democratic Party. They don't understand what we're trying to do. But that's not me, okay? I'm actually very well read. May not be highly educated, but I'm highly intelligent and highly aware of what Democratic forces' ultimate goal is. And there's many sects in the Democratic side, but in fact, we're just trying to bring the world under federal control, political and economic cooperation, guys. It's not so bad, right? We're not some boogeyman. But don't try to tell me I don't know what's going on. I'm well informed of our agenda and what we're doing. And I think what makes people upset is that I don't really care because I actually like what we're doing. What we're doing works for me. And our agenda works for me. So don't try to judge me and say that somehow I don't understand. I shouldn't vote for Democrats because they don't whoa, dude, I vote for them because they do have my interests. I'm totally against individualism. Yeah, we all have our individual efforts, but at the end of the day, what we know about the universe now, since the idea of individualism came out, we didn't know as much, is that the universe is so vast in its suchness that the individual has no choice but to be crushed by it. And you can talk all the bull crap you want about individualism, but at the end of the day, every individual who has ever existed, and every individual who will exist, will be absolutely crushed by the power of our immensely vast universe. And so vast that it is absolutely insurmountable by the individual. And I think you have to begin to kind of lose your whole ideal of individualism in order for human civilization to get to the next level. It doesn't mean you're not entitled to your independent thoughts and actions and being happy and stuff like that, but I think everybody is trying to have they're gonna, all these guys, they're gonna, hide from the apocalypse in their bunker and then start their own tribe. After the end of the world, you got all these conspiracy theories. Oh, the world's gonna end, and I'm gonna hide in my bunker. These fools can't even stay in their bunker for 2 weeks. You're not gonna survive no apocalypse, dog. And you're definitely not gonna start no tribe of your own. You're not gonna be some new King Solomon or some shit. So the age of individualism is over. It's kaput. And we're in a new age of humanity. Where as a human society, globally, things are kind of becoming built on consensus, and that is what social media has kind of done, is allowed us to become a single organism. If you think of a body, it has many different parts, individual cells, and each of those individual cells has its own individual important function and is vital to the operation of the body, or else it wouldn't be there. But no single cell of the human body can survive on its own. And at least if it does, it doesn't survive for long. And we as a human civilization, we can no longer afford to be, thinking about just being on our own and making decisions based off of, what single individuals want. I know that yes, there are some obviously very wealthy, powerful forces in the Democratic Party that need to be put in check by the Democratic Party. They're going to have to come up off some cash, because I definitely need my reparations, thank you. And there's going to have to be some changes going forward to how we operate our civilization, not just here in the United States, but globally around the world as well. Personally, I think right now you have three choices of what type of society you want. Do you want a progressive society that's democratic, that implements changes and regulations and addresses problems through consensus and doing the right thing? Or do you want a Putinism type authoritarian regime where people just hack and slash each other up to the top until they themselves get hacked and slashed off the top? Or do you want some super socialist, or super communist or Chinese communist? That's pretty much the other alternative, where the government doesn't allow people to doesn't really even want people to be able to think on their own, but wants all the benefits of free thinkers to benefit their society, that oppresses minority groups, cultures, and seeks, I guess, from what I'm seeing, is to dominate the territory, whatever territory they deem as part of theirs from 20,000 years ago or whatever. And those are really your three choices. There's not going to be a return to like tribal society. I know a lot of people want an apocalypse to happen, but that's because they want to retain control. And unfortunately, the universe is such that no one person or a small group can maintain control, and only together can humanity deal with the problems that we now face, because we only know just now have realized that we have them, because of the technology that allows us to realize that we got some big problems, y'all. So that's all for today, guys. Please be safe out there. Wear your mask, wear your gear. Stop. I know a lot of motorcyclists are all individual. That's crap. You're not gonna make it, dog. The individual's rights do not surmount the universe. They're only going to be crushed by it. So your individual rights have to, fit within the framework of our universe, not beyond it. So, peace out, guys. Elijah out. See you next time.